People stood in line Friday for Mike Pieskoski to sign their copies of his new book. It's called the Monfils Conspiracy, the conviction of 6 innocent men.
The goal of the book was to make the case for their innocence.
Co-authors Dennis Gullickson and John Gay say they've worked with Pieskoski on the 487-page book since his release from prison in 2001. The writers say they re-examined the Tom Monfils murder case using materials from the Green Bay Police Department's investigation. They also conducted their own interviews. In taking another look at the case, they determined the evidence and the prosecution's theory of what happened just didn't add up.
The Green Bay Police Department made a huge mistake when they failed Tom Monfils. They compounded that mistake through their investigation and ended up incarcerating 6 innocent men.
Certainly we've been asked any number of times, and the question, of course, is if these guys didn't do it, what happened? And the book does present 4 general scenarios that are consistent with all the facts.
Those scenarios include a reckless accident at the mill, a verbal confrontation with another employee that got out of hand, an intentional assault by another worker, and the possibility of suicide. Pieskoski says he doesn't know what happened to Monfils, but remains convinced the other 5 men are innocent.
Whatever happened to Tom happened to him someplace else at the hands of someone else.
In the book, as it's written in the conclusions, I mean, this is old news. To me, it's the equivalent of O.J. writing a book and saying, well, I'm looking for the real killer.
Brown County District Attorney John Zakowski prosecuted the Monfils case. He hasn't read the book, but says from what he's learned, he's confident that it's an attempt at revisionist history.
The conclusions and the arguments have been made over and over again by very respected attorneys. They were made to the jury, they were made to the appellate courts, and nothing has really changed.
For Mr. Pieskoski and his co-authors to now conclude that all 6 of these men are innocent, in my opinion, is just absolutely incredible.
Bruce Bachhuber represents Monfils' widow, Susan. He hasn't read the book either, but says a book like this does nothing but dredge up terrible old feelings about a case that's long concluded.
There's plenty of evidence to support the criminal convictions. In my judgment, this book was a complete and utter waste of time.
The authors want people to read the book and draw their own conclusions.
We don't expect to convince everyone.